MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, and TireRack.com.
Following the lead of luxury automakers like BMW and Mercedes, Mazda has been squeezing new models into its SUV lineup. First, it was the subcompact CX-30, then the compact CX-50, and now this midsize 2024 CX-90. We were invited out to San Francisco, where we hit the Golden Gate Bridge and headed north for a first drive. We are in wine country, beautiful Sonoma, California, driving the all-new Mazda CX-90. Not the CX-9, the CX-90, so it is completely all new. The big news is powertrains. A 3.3-liter turbocharged inline-six, which seems to be all the rage these days. And then, of course, a plug-in hybrid version. Let's start with the PHEV because that's what I'm driving right now. This is Mazda's first ever application of the technology in North America. Naturally, you have different kind of drive modes. Right now, I'm currently in EV. It feels like electric power in that it is instant torque, but it is by no means like a powerful launch like you would get in something that is more performance oriented. The plug-in hybrid uses a 2.5-liter four-cylinder and combines with the electric motor for a total of 329 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. I found that torque most useful on the highway, where its instant response made passing a breeze. Even more impressive considering the PHEV's 5,200 pound curb weight. With a 17.8 kilowatt-hour battery, EV-only range is rated at 26 miles. Fuel economy numbers, however, have yet to be announced. The PHEV sits in the middle of the CX-90 lineup, between the Turbo and Turbo S, which both use a 3.3-liter inline six-cylinder turbo and run on 48-volt mild hybrid architecture. Output varies between the Turbo and Turbo S, with the base model making 280 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque on regular gasoline, while the high-output Turbo S model comes in at 340 horsepower and 369 pound-feet with premium fuel. Mazda says regular gasoline can also be used, although it drops the horsepower rating to 319. One thing all CX-90s have in common is an 8-speed automatic transmission and standard all-wheel drive. One of the first things I noticed with the i6 wasn't necessarily the torque, but the other reason for the i6 is the refinement. It was really smooth, and there's a unique inline six-cylinder sound that, if you know, you know. It sounds really nice. There's like a high-pitched frequency to it that is appealing to me. Now, full disclosure, I have owned several Mazdas over the years, including a Miata, obviously, because I'm a automotive journalist and Miatas are the best. But what I'm noticing here in the CX-90 is that inside, I don't see many vestiges of what Mazda was 10, 20 years ago, but they're still prioritizing the drive dynamics, and that's what makes it a Mazda, and I appreciate that. Like the CX-9, the CX-90 offers 3 rows of seating in either 6, 7, or 8 passenger configurations. But when it comes to size, the 90's wheelbase is almost 8 inches longer than the CX-9's, yet its overall length holds just a 2-inch advantage, with third-row passengers getting a tad more legroom. The interior materials in our 2 top-trim testers felt premium, and I applaud Mazda's choice to avoid piano black touch surfaces. Relative to the solid and satisfying operation of the center controller, the shifter feels a bit delicate. The wheel-mounted paddle shifters, on the other hand, offer positive feedback and are quick to respond. The cabin is luxury car quiet. So quiet, in fact, with no music playing, my ears focused on the electrical noises coming from the hybrid systems in both the inline-six and the PHEV. Nothing off-putting, and the optional 12-speaker Bose sound system is more than capable of drowning them out. So when Mazda revealed that they were using an all-new inline six-cylinder engine, they were adding a PHEV to the CX-90, my first thought was, wow, they're going right after the Germans, BMW, Mercedes. So the question is, how close have they come? Are they encroaching on their territory? My personal feeling is that they are getting close. When it comes to driving dynamics, they are actually quite close. The refinement compared to what Mazda used to be a couple years ago is miles better than it was, but still not quite full-on luxury levels. And you know what? That's fine. The fact that we can even draw comparisons between Mazda and the traditional luxury brands shows just how well they're doing as they trend up market. The CX-90 is on its way to dealers now, with turbo models starting at $41,000, PHEVs at $48,000, and top trim Turbo S models maxing out at $61,000 after destination charges. And we'll have much more on the 2024 Mazda CX-90 soon on MotorWeek.